Good morning, Leo. This is going to be for the whole entire month of April. And the deck you got for this month is the Definitely Not a Walking Dead Tarot. And just like last month, instead we're going to be changing up the Oracle pulls. Pretty much we're only going to pull one Dark Goddess and one from the Daemon Tarot. You know, really technically it's an Oracle. And then we'll just really go from there and see what decides to come out. And 5 cards will be drawn for the tarot part. And you get the idea, just like last time. This is intended for somebody with a Leo Lugna or Ascendant or Rising sign. Your first house. But if you only know you have a Leo sun, that's just fine too. Cross watchers love you to death, but if you could try to avoid watching the sign of somebody that you have in question, it'd be ideal. But if you can't help it, no hating here. Have our Dark Goddess there, and now our I don't like saying demon. I have never liked that. There's our Daemon. The Dark Goddess for you for the month. This is really kind of an odd one to have. And really for Leo, we have Sheila Nig for Desperation. And the Left-Handed Divine is... In this, it is the Chief Beelzebub. And I'm reading... Don't mind the dog in the background. And I'm reading just based off the card. So what I'm getting first off all the bat. In the month of April, you might be very tempted and very desperate in the ways that you might be trying to really get as much intel to make sure that you get security this month and the right recognition you have, to the point where you're kind of eavesdropping and trying to gain an upper hand about something that is making you very insecure. But the thing with Sheila Nig is that if somebody was actually able to not judge her based on her appearance, even though she was in a state of like, well, a lot of people don't understand that I can be like a kingmaker, but nobody is going to take it because they're too busy focusing on the physical self. But still, because I'm getting the whole idea of eavesdropping, make sure that you know you're not eavesdropping out of line. Pretty much just listen to what you feel that you need to listen to, and once you're done, you're done. And I don't know why, but seeing Chief Beelzebub, the first thing I think is, I don't even know if anybody actually knows this song, but there's a song, not by Miley Cyrus, no, by Tattoo, T.A.T.U. Yeah, if you know that band, good. You've now pretty much become one of my favorites, but I used to listen to that when I was in high school, and that was many moons ago. 10 years ago. No, I first started listening, yeah, whatever, a long time ago. And seeing Beelzebub, the first thing I think of is that song. They have a song called Fly on the Wall. Yeah, now it's all playing in my head again. I can't get it out of my head. So if you're kind of looking and keeping tabs on somebody and kind of eavesdropping, and it's in a way that's a little bit uncalled for, just make sure you keep yourself in check. There's nothing wrong with trying to get security, but kind of just like breathing on the back of somebody's neck, that can kind of be not the best. So then now the Walking Dead Tarot. Now this deck is thick, like, and that is thick. And the cards are also very, hard. Tried. So then the 5 cards to come out, we'll see what comes then. First one, Strength. Eight of Swords. Chariot. Queen of Cups, something serious. And the Knight of Cups. Have to call it for how I see it. Okay. So, this is involving your best self right now. Whenever the Queen of Cups pops up, it's this indication of something very serious. So this might be regarding something very dear and deep to you. And you're trying to make sure that it doesn't get abused, neglected, or has any harm become to it, even though it may have suffered a lot of damage trying to obtain it. And one of the harshest things you have to understand is that sometimes the ultimate strength is being able to understand that everything has to suffer. And no matter what you do, no matter what you try to do, no matter if you go at it in a very brute way or a very elegant way, pain and suffering is always going to be there. But what you do to combat that is what matters. Because since I have a Knight of Cups and the next to follow is a Queen, you probably were withholding emotions and you were not really able to understand how to express them. So pretty much what you did, or probably what may have happened, you didn't have both machetes in this depiction. You didn't have your full mind in your head. I mean, that's very. You weren't really thinking clearly because you had one above your head and one you were trying to have deception go about. And when you went gung-ho, that possibly could have been what damaged the thing you cherish most. So the best course of action that I can see when coming about this is when it comes to your best and what you cherish, you have to go in full face first, and don't even matter what gets in the way. You do what you have to do for what you feel as being going to be fulfilled and what's more fulfilling. Even if you have to be a little bit deceptive about it, you might have to take the most kind of, I have to say, you may have to go about it in a way that's very youthful and not really like immature, but kind of a little bit more seductive, if that makes sense. But just make sure you understand how to go at something with brute strength, but also with a sense of grace. And don't hold yourself back. And make sure when you're getting intel, don't listen too long, because you might catch something that may have not even been around it when you're trying to obtain the security that you're desperately looking for. So, keep yourself in control, because you're always in control. If you have to be a little bit deceptive, it has to be done. But from there, make sure that you know the pathway you're going and follow your intuitive side. Face first, not even give a hooty tooty. Oh, what the heck was that, dude? About what's getting in your way regarding your best self, or what you're cherishing the most. Because if you don't give it your all to where you're wanting to go towards, you might lose it. Kind of like what's happening in this card. But anyway, Leo, that's really what I got for you in April. It's a really short one compared to the other ones, but other than that, just make sure you take your time and investigate and take in all the facts, and then reason it all out. Don't be going Hong Kong fully like, oh, I'm watching this guy. I kind of heard he was a two-time twat, but I don't know about him, and I'm kind of desperate for answers. No, don't be like that. So, the next up is going to be Virgo, and it's pretty much going to be like an instant flip. So, see you guys in Virgo. So, that's